Hello guys, this is Bobby Harrelson here today. We're going to talk about the 5 best lures for pond fishing. So, let me see. I've got just a regular worm here. Just a 3/0 Mustad red hook. Just a medium-sized bullet weight with a swivel connected to the hook, and I just tied it on. But it's hard to do because for the hook you have to open up the hook and then put the swivel inside it and then close it, so it's kind of a hard process, but that's pretty much the best way to do. Just a fake worm. And all this stuff you can just get at Walmart. It's pretty cheap. The next thing is just a frog, just like a popping frog. But the best thing to do is, if you're gonna get a frog, use the frog with like the color that's like around you and like nature. So like if you have green frogs, your best bet is to use like a lighter green frog. But like around me, I have like darker color frogs, so I'm just using this one. And then next one, I just have a deep diver. It's kind of bright. It's got orange on the bottom of it. It's got a lot of different colors. It's got green, black, yellow, orange, red eyes, which is pretty good because it pops out to the bass. And the last thing, well, second to last, is this. It's just a pink jig head with a little small short worm with a spinning tail. It's pretty cheap. Just called a finesse bait. So like it's not going to be for your biggest fish you're going to catch. It's going to be like, just if you're trying out a new pond, you probably want to use this first, make sure there's fish there. And then for your bigger ones, you want to go back and use that worm. And the last thing I have here is, it's called a Justix jig. It has one rattle on a hook, and then it also has, well, it has a separate piece. It's like just a rubber end of a crawdad, and its arms like just sway in the water, which attracts more attention. And you actually put this little rattle in the end of it, and so it's perfect right there. But I lost it recently because like I caught like 3 different bass on it, and the last one just took the whole thing off but left the rattle on. So that's pretty much it. Like the line I'm using for the little finesse bait, I'm just using a little spinning reel, like whatever you have. It's best to have a longer rod. All I'm using is just 12-pound mono, not too rough. And then for this deep diver, I'm just using fluorocarbon, because that's actually the best kind of line to use in like fresh water, because the fish can't see it. It's basically translucent, so it's pretty good. I'm using just a Eagle Claw rod with just a Calcutta reel. Then for the frog, I'm using the same thing, the fluorocarbon line, which you can get the fluorocarbon line at Walmart. It's like $10 for 250 yards of like 14-pound test. So you can really do 2 rods, because with the rods you don't really need that much line on them, because you're doing just a pond. You're not going to need a lot of line. If you're going to like a lake or something, or obviously saltwater fishing, you're going to need a lot more line. Yeah, and then I just, for the lures and stuff, for the frog and the deep diver, I just tie it on. I don't use a swivel or anything, because that'll just show the fish that it's more like a line. And then for the worm, I didn't feel like restringing it, so I still have 15-pound braid, which is not too bad. This braid's pretty good too in ponds, because if you get it stuck or anything, you know the braid's not going to pop. And then for this justice jig, you can just, I would tie it on for this deep diver instead of it, but for right now I'm just going to use a deep diver because I don't have one in any of the crawdad attachments. That's what I'm going to get soon. So hope y'all learned a little bit from this video. Bye.